is the deadline for Saquon Barkley to get this deal done. And quite frankly, if you're asking me right now, it feels bleak. I don't sense any communication between the sides at this point. I will say that's part of the negotiation, right? We're going to go up to likely the last days, I would say, before we really have anything here. But to me, this is where the posturing is going to happen. Barkley trying to convince the Giants essentially that he might not play into the regular season if they don't give him the long-term money. The question is, do the Giants care? And that's a harsh question to ask, but are the Giants sitting there saying, we'd rather you play on the franchise tag anyway? I think that's going to, if they do have the conversation, which right now they're not even talking much, if they have the conversation, can they get past that contentious notion and find a number? Right now, I will say it does feel bleak.
Yeah, $10.1 million is what Saquon is owed on that franchise tag. You know who wants the deal, though? Daniel Jones. He wants this deal for Saquon Barkley because think about how much he has impacted Saquon the other way around, how much Saquon has impacted him. In Jones' career as the Giants starting quarterback, he has 44 touchdown passes and 17 picks in games that Saquon has played in. In 19 starts without Saquon Barkley, Jones has more interceptions than touchdown passes. Another one of those wow stats here. We're 2 for 2 so far in NFL Live. Mina, as we get closer and closer to that Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern time deadline, do you think the leverage can change at all in this negotiation?
Leverage is the key word there, because if Saquon Barkley is actually threatening to hold out in week 1, and I always have a wait-and-see approach, let's just say that, when it comes to player holdouts.
From the Giants' perspective and from the running back market perspective, is that the franchise tag, that number that the NFL put in there to sort of, make teams consider letting a player leave for free agency, is a bargain for running backs right now in the NFL. Other positions have gone up dramatically over the course of the last few years. Running back has not only stayed stagnant, it's come down. And so when you're a Saquon Barkley and you're looking at Christian McCaffrey, maybe making $16 million a year on his deal, and even if you're not looking for that much money, maybe you're thinking $13, $14, $15 million a year, well, the Giants can pay you $10 million this year on the franchise tag and $12 million if they want to do it again next year. So the Giants don't really have a lot of, market forces pushing them to give Saquon a significant contract because they can go year to year with the franchise tag. So I feel like the running back market, because of that franchise tag number being so low, has been warped because of the reality of the economic situation happening here.
Field, the scary part for running backs is what's going to, do we feel like you saw that number? Is this going to change next year if he does hit free agency?
Like, how does it change is what my question would be, because Saquon Barkley was, by many people's estimation, the most hyped running back prospect in several years when he came out. Number 2 overall pick, who, when he's been healthy and available, has been fantastic. Like, I don't know who the beacon of hope is for the running back position going forward. Mina, at some point, I think people are going to wonder if this overall value for the running back market is going down. Like, are running backs eventually going to become undervalued? Or do you think that this is just smart roster construction in a moving parts, group of parts where you have to find 53 players under a salary cap?
Because of the way in which, because of the existence of the franchise tag, because of the relative value you can get with a running back on a rookie contract, many of whom achieve equal production, it is smart roster management right now. And I think the word that I would point to is not undervalued so much as, well, are these structural forces fair? Because I don't think teams are underpaying running backs. I think they're incentivized to underpay running backs based on the factors we alluded to in terms of the production you can get from younger players, committee approach that many teams are taking now. So you'd have to see structural changes to actually make it undervalued, in my opinion.
Mina, I had a GM tell me very quickly, this offseason about this, that he said, look, John Schneider has done it perfectly in Seattle. Draft a running back every year. He said it is cold and it is harsh, but we'd rather draft a guy a little bit higher and not pay him after 5 years and just do it again. It's a harsh reality for running backs right now. It seems cold and calculated by teams, but these GMs, they have to pay a lot of players, a lot of money. Somebody has to get squeezed. It often appears to be the running back.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.